Yo, I appreciate that follow, B1GCOD. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I may have been on mute. I said good morning, Kev. Good morning, Citrus. Good morning, Cumulatin. Shirellis. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Octopus. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Just gonna let everybody get in here. I like to start class a little bit late. Sorry, I was a little bit late today. Just helping an electrician in my house. Yeah, I think alts might run a little bit against Bitcoin. I do think that, fam. I do think that. Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Second. I don't understand. Why do I every time, dude? Hold on, I gotta curse a little bit. Sorry, I muted myself. I'm cursing right now. Give me a second. All right. What up, fam? Where to start? Where to start? Let's start with Bitcoin. I do favor this short. I do. A lot of the reason really is because, fam, if you've been here long enough, you know that they don't give any free rides. And what I mean by they don't give any free rides, I mean they don't give any free rides, fam. With that being said, okay, let's look at the weekly. The weekly is really important chart here. Here is the weekly. All right, we're gonna bring this weekly down, and we close the weekly a little bit higher. That's great news. Came down here, hit some liquidity, retested, and we got a little bit of a pop. But right now we have low volatility. This suggests it could expand up. Certainly could expand up. Could come back down. But if we are expecting a headline, if we're expecting an announcement drop on Wednesday, and that's everything I've read, is that it probably is coming Wednesday. I would not be interested in longing Bitcoin right now. I would not be interested in touching a leverage long on Bitcoin, fam. They do not give any free rides in this market. What I mean by that is that Bitcoin is still ranging. If we broke it down to a basic range, let's go over here. Let's go pull up a clean chart on Bitcoin. We're just going all right. If we just talk about this, and let's just say, let's be kind of neutral here, constructive. All right, let's talk about this and this being a range. All right, this is still in range, in my opinion. Sure, you could put your little range here and be like, oh, it broke the range, though, Savage. Yeah, dude, it broke the range here. Breaking the range here means nothing when we just deviate above this. You could argue that is the range. Okay, you could just argue that is the range. Let's just keep it simple. We're gonna pretend that is the range. In fact, I'll go ahead and put a little line here. All right, because this is a nice median line, and we're gonna go ahead and turn that into a median line dash. Okay, there it is. Boom, midline touch. All right, we're going for the top of the range. Now, if you're expecting some type of bullish ETF announcement on Wednesday, you're acting like you can just go ahead and long Bitcoin right now and get a free ride. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're mistaken. I've been in this market a million times. If you can't get a free long on CPI data that comes out once a month, why the fuck do you think you're going to get a free long on the one bullish announcement that they just decided to come up with in 2023 for Bitcoin? Because every fucking year you come up with a stupid announcement for Bitcoin, drive the price up, and then it turns out it's really not that bullish. It was all front run money, and that announcement hits and it's bearish. Okay, I can go over CME, the Coinbase IPO, the Bitcoin futures, fam. We can continue to go through every single scenario. They were all bearish, fam. They were at the time of the announcement, whether it was a back launch, Ethereum merge, Ethereum 2.0, it doesn't matter what the narrative is, fam. We've come down every time there's been an announcement. Now, good news is, just because Bitcoin is, in my opinion, not the play, okay? I won't say it's bearish, but I'm not gonna say it's bullish, okay? It is in a fucking range, fam. And excuse me for cursing, I will never excuse myself again, because I don't care. You don't like my vulgar language? Leave. All right. I'm spitting facts, fam. That's all I'm going to do. I'm spitting facts. There's no emotions here. All right. I'm screaming at you to wake up, stand outside the box, and look at what I'm seeing here. All right. Again, Bitcoin's in a range. Why the fuck would you long pre-announcement? That's just dumb. Good news is we can play some alts. All right. I haven't really been interested in trading Bitcoin anyways, but alts, fam, look really, really good. And I say that with a grain of salt because Bitcoin has to hold a nice little tight range. And you can see here, this is the daily, right? Bitcoin could hold this little range up here, but it has to hold a tight little range. Not that tight. It has to hold hold itself together for alts to run. All right. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay. And the reason we're talking about Bitcoin dominance is because here we are, come up here, retested resistance, right? We broke above, we deviated above, retested resistance, and the daily has a sell signal. This is all good for alts, okay? So the fact that Bitcoin dominance finally has a rejection here and it has low volatility, this is a good sign for alts. I do think playing alts is the play, assuming Bitcoin can hold itself together, all right? Again, I want to play alts. I'm cautious about playing alts. When I say play alts long, okay, because I do think that we could long some alts here. Bitcoin dominance suggests it should be longs on alts. But if Bitcoin, what do you know, I gave this short in the Discord this morning, all right? And we're already in profit, just so you know. Gave this short in the Discord, we're already in profit right now. But to be honest, fam, all right? To be honest, I don't think Bitcoin is going to hold it together. I want it to hold it together. I want to long some alts, okay? But Bitcoin's got to hold it together, all right? So let's say, let's be constructive here, all right? And let's say Bitcoin holds it together, all right? What does that mean? Well, Bitcoin doesn't really lose that weekly at 43.8. It holds it together. And we bounce between 43.8 and that 46K kind of top. It's 45.8, right? We just kind of range here for a little bit. Something like this, right? In the grand scheme of things. Oh, what do you mean, Savage? That looks exactly like a pennant. That's right. We got higher lows and we have lower highs now. So everyone was excited about this little breakout. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a big week. Let me long Bitcoin. I'm just going to get a free ride on the ETF announcement. Woo-loo! Do-loo! Come on, fam. Like, that's not how it fucking works, fam. They're gonna fucking liquidate your ass, all right? In fact, I'm playing shorts here because it's a fucking lower high, all right? That's called technical analysis. It's just basic. I don't need to overthink this, fam. You're overthinking this if you think you can long right now and get free money on ETF announcement day because you're a moron for thinking that, all right? With all that being said, all right, we can play alts. Alts are a lot more volatility. They're going to have a bigger range. They're going to have a lot more to play, whether you short or you long. Fuck Bitcoin for right now. Just say fuck Bitcoin until after the ETF announcement. And if you are going to do a Bitcoin play, you're going to take the short. Okay? Because they're going to wipe out longs before they send it. If they send it, they will wipe out longs before they send it, if they send it. They will wipe out, let's repeat after me. They will wipe out longs before they send it. Repeat it, like they will do that, okay? And I hate fucking hitting the fucking same note over and over, but it just seems like everyone doesn't learn from their mistakes, okay? Again, if CPI data every month for the last year has liquidated shorts and longs before the CPI data came out, before the inflation data came out, before the rate hikes came out, before the FOMC meetings, okay, before the Fed rate decision. Fam, if they're gonna fucking wipe out all the open interest then they're gonna do it before the one announcement they come up with once a year. Because they come up with some fucking narrative once a year to pump their bags. The whales are selling on you right now. Yes, they are. Okay. In fact, in 1 week alone in December, half of Michael Saylor's bags worth of Bitcoin was sold. The week before Christmas, they sold over 60,000 Bitcoin. The whales did. Sold over 60,000 Bitcoin. I posted the article. I posted the data when it happened 2 weeks ago. They sold 60,000 Bitcoin the week before Christmas. Okay. That's half of Michael Saylor's bag he's been accumulating in 3 years. In 1 week. Okay, so if you're buying up here, if you're longing up here, you're just really asking to get wrecked. All right, so this is kind of the Bitcoin scenario as I see it. All right, we got a lower high and we got higher lows, and we could easily fill some areas out here. We got plenty of areas to fill. In fact, this is kind of the area I expect. I'm expecting them to come tap down here that 40.8, 41K before they send it. All right, this would make perfect sense. This is kind of how the market works, especially crypto market. All right. So I think it's important, fam, to just to think outside the box here, fam. Do not think that for some reason you're going to get a free long by longing here, expecting an ETF approval on Wednesday, okay? Even if the ETF is approved, even if every single ETF is approved, fam, every single one is approved, they are going to wipe out long open interest before they send it. If they even decide to send it. Because in every announcement day in the past, within 3 days of that announcement day, we've dumped a significant amount. Every single one. There hasn't been one announcement day where we've pumped Giga Chad mode, okay? Not one single one. All right, so I went through Bitcoin. All right, I'm done with Bitcoin. All right, let's go to Solana. Woo! All right, again, okay, real quick. Bitcoin dominance here. Oh, this is not the right one. On here, Bitcoin dominance here. Perfect. All right. Here's Bitcoin dominance. We have retested that resistance. We actually have a sell signal pivot right here on Bitcoin dominance. This is good for alts. What's going to happen is Bitcoin's going to pull back. Alts aren't going to pull back. And then Bitcoin's going to pump again, and alts will pump with Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin's going to be doing that thing. I really think that alts right now are going to recover a little bit, okay? They'll probably recover until the ETF announcement. That would make a lot of sense. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, in the grand scheme of things, and we're going to go over the grand scheme of things right here with Solana, I do think this is a worthy attempt at a trade right here. It has not hit the red box since I posted this, okay? I posted this in the Discord. I wanted to see 92.50 at least for an entry. We have not gotten that entry yet, all right? So just be patient. Do not foam along into anything. Everything right now is just at resistance, all right? If you go over here to the 4 hour, right, and we just be constructive about this 4 hour, right? We are trying to close the 4 hour above 93.68. You can see 93.68 range over here. And then we have nice resistance here, right? Which is the monthly, believe it or not, 98.99. But I'm going to take away the setup. This is the play for me right now, is if we get that 92.93, I am going to long and take a chance at Solana. The reason is Solana has a double bottom. It has filled this wick. It didn't just fill this wick, fam. It swept. Okay, hold on. Let me go here. It swept on Binance. Okay, boom. There it is. Swept on Binance. This is a beautiful, beautiful setup. So for me, I'm not bearish on Solana. There's some other alts that I'm actually not interested in longing. Some alts did not even get close to filling their wick, and I'm not interested in longing those. I would argue there's still a short opportunity. Just because Bitcoin dominance is now going to help alts recover does not mean all your bags will recover. Okay, only certain ones, the ones that were pounded down, pound town, will really recover. Now, if we're going to be very constructive on this chart, all right, we have like a little kind of downtrend right here. We have a double bottom. All right, we'll see some fibs and see where our golden pocket is. Let's say this is the play. All right, boom, here's our golden pocket. Could easily make a run for 110. That would make a lot of sense. We go ahead and put just our basic support resistance. You can see the wicks right here in the golden pocket box. So can it come up here? Certainly can. Could it even wick higher? Sure can. I could see it coming back up to the 116. I wouldn't mind that. Again, I do think Solana is a good long opportunity. Now, I'm going to show, yesterday I took the day off. What that means is I took the day off from giving setups. I took some trades myself, but you guys got to realize that when I take trades myself, right? It's not work. When I trade for myself, it's not work. Okay. But when I find a trade and setup I like, and I realize that trade and setup is something I want to give to my community, and it's a give. Okay, I'm giving it to you for free. All right, it takes a lot more conviction than it does just trading for myself. Okay, I don't like losing. I don't like my followers losing. I don't like my family losing. I don't like my Discord losing. I don't like my dog losing. Okay, I hate losing. At the end of the day, when I have to sit there and I look at like, oh, fuck, man, like this is a really good long opportunity right here on Solana. When I look at this, I'm thinking, okay, well, let's see. We're going to go put it right there. This is the perfect entry right there. What is that? 92.93. Telling you, 92.93, right? But again, you get this type of, I look at this setup, I'm like, all right, this is a juicy setup. It has some high risk, but as far as a swing goes, that's a pretty good setup. And I'm like, okay, this double bottom, everything I know knowledge-wise tells me that this is a really good setup. I wouldn't short this. I just wouldn't short right here. Do I want, like, am I biased that Solana's topped? Sure. But just because Solana's top doesn't mean we aren't going to have some bounces in between, fam. Nothing goes straight down after you've topped, unfortunately. It chops. This is called distribution. And that's what you have to be paying attention to, fam. You have to be paying attention to, like, okay, where am I going to get a bounce? Where am I going to short it? Where am I going to get a bounce? Where am I going to short it? If we're looking at just the risk and opportunity right here, and let's say you can get a wick down at 92.93, we're talking about a 20% pump. All right. Had you followed the simple, and I bring this up, and I want you all to realize that, hold on one second. I put this up in the Discord. I want everybody to go follow Cyborg on Twitter, because Cyborg is one of those people that honestly, he sits there and posts educational stuff, and he just simply wants people to learn and get better. Okay, so I'm gonna post this up right here. All right, we're gonna post this up right here, and we're gonna look at this little drawing, right, in respect, all right, to Solana. All right, make it a little smaller. All right. So we had our wick. This is the 4 hour. We're looking at the 4 hour, and here's the 4 hour here. All right. You can see the breakdown, right? Here's an MSB right there at the 98. That MSB happened to be monthly resistance. You broke down, we wicked down, right? Here's our wick through the MSB, and then we start to chop, and they wanted to fill this wick. As you can see, they filled the wick. And as you can also see, fam, that as you fill that wick, the number one thing you want to start looking for, fam, is, okay, we get our wick fill, create solid 4H candle. Well, what did they do on Solana overnight? I actually was very surprised. I woke up today. They created a solid 4 hour candle. It wasn't just a solid 4 hour candle, fam. This engulfed. All right. Now, this isn't exactly how it's going to play out. Do I expect this sideways chop here to come down and make another wick opportunity? I would love that. But me loving that or wanting that is emotion. It's not technical analysis. I don't think we're going to see another wick that low. All right. I do think we can have an opportunity to see like 90 to 93. I'm not going to be too greedy, and I'm going to start laddering in between below 93 on a long. But I do think that that is a good play regardless. All right. If it doesn't fill my entry, that's fine. I'll simply wait for this 4 hour to close over the 21 EMA, which it hasn't done for a while. All the way up here, it closed at 104. But we get this 4 hour to close in 51 minutes over the 21 EMA. I'll just foam along there on the next 4 hour wick down. So again, close over this 21 EMA here. Catch the dip wick on the, it will be quick, right? After that 4 hour, you get a new 4 hour candle. We'll get the dip. You get to go ahead along that shit. Foam with that. But again, I think alts are the play. All right. So you sit there and you see people like Cyborg, right? Who's posting some absolute alpha. And he's been posting this since we made these wicks. Man, literally, we came down to fill the wick. When you start seeing this chop right here, you know it's over. All right. I'm going to show another thing too that I saw. And this is how you can use time. I think time is really important, fam. A lot of people don't use time. All right. So I'm going to start with a fresh chart here again. All right. And I want to just draw some general ranges. This is just a very short range here. Boom. Okay. There it is. So here's our range. We spent how much time in this range? All right. This is important to me. We spent 1 day, 12 hours. Okay, look at this. 1 day, 12 hours here at this kind of like left shoulder node. You guys all see this? 1 day, 12 hours. Then we went up, right? We spent 1 day, 12 hours there. Okay, 1 day, 12 hours. Okay, follow me because time is important. This is how the best do it. I'm not the best at this. Okay. I'm not the best at counting time, okay? Because time is important in this the grand scheme of things. And over the weekend, all right? Over the weekend, we spent 1 day and 12 hours in the zone below the monthly pivot. That's that monthly pivot right there at 98 and above the 93.52. Sure, we had a little deviation candle right here. Look, don't get me wrong. We broke below and then, but we didn't really break below. If you look at the wicks, didn't really break below, right? But regardless, okay? The same amount of time on the way up, the same amount of time on the way down, all right? And then as we're sitting there and we're looking, all right, I also see a 4-hour pivot, all right? 4-hour pivot sell signal. This is a zero volatility candle. Here's a 4-hour pivot. So I'm thinking we just spent 1 day and 12 hours there. Okay, we just spent 1 day and 12 hours. And this is how you do this. This is how it works, fam. All right, 1 day, 12 hours. Sorry, the 1 day, 12 hours was on this candle, but we had a zero volatility pivot sell signal. This was your time to short. Okay, at the 1 day, 12-hour mark, that new 4-hour candle, it happened on the dime, okay, on the clock. So understanding how much time it spends there on the way up and understanding how much time it's going to spend there on the way down is very important. Now, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to start with another clean chart. So I saw this in the 4-hour, saw this zero volatility. That was the sell signal. That's why I scalped some shorts yesterday on this. I'm going to get to ARB, and that actually had a way cleaner look on the 30-minute. I'm going to talk about ARB and how clean that short was yesterday as well. Again, let's zoom out here to the weekly. Here we go. Here's the weekly. All right. And we're going to start with the clean chart. I'm going to remove our EMA and MA. Okay. Before I remove our EMA and MA, let's just talk about the trend. The weekly trend isn't even close to being retested. Here's our weekly trend. We got time. Okay. We got time up here that could send it higher. Who knows? But right now, I do think the top is in. Now, here is our weekly. This is Binance chart. Good. All right. Here's our weekly. I'm going to get rid of our trend indicators right here. Just a simple EMA and MA. And we go over here and we're just going to go ahead and look at the weekly levels. All right. So yesterday they closed under a very important weekly level. I like to zoom in here the previous time we were here, and you can just go ahead and put right, snug that candle right there. Boom. Right. Break below that candle right here means we spent time down here. And I like to put, these have really clean lines, fam. All right. This is it. All right. I'm going to put a wick here, a line here. All right. So we had this weekly close below here. All right. Everyone see this weekly close below here. Now we're sitting there at more or less weekly resistance. But notice how when we closed below here, we had some wicks above here. All right. We're seeing right now the weekly Solana fight weekly resistance. Had they wanted to continue uptrend, had they wanted to make a new top on Solana, I don't see how they want to close below that weekly level, okay? This to me right here is kind of the warning zone, all right? The warning zone. I would prefer if they had held that 93.60, okay? That's about what it was, but they didn't. They clearly closed below. Here's our warning sign, okay? But what's nice about this warning sign is they came down here after closing below. They wicked to a new weekly. Oh, look at that. You guys see that? Okay. Weekly support right there. And now we are fighting weekly resistance. We're kind of hovering above it a little bit, but with 6 days and 9 hours left, fam, I'm not bullish here. Let's see if I just told you all the Bitcoin announcements in history. The announcements, not the narrative leading up to it. The announcements have been bearish, okay? If all the Bitcoin narratives announcements have been bearish, right? Solana closed a weekly below this weekly resistance with 6 days and 9 hours left. The first day it bounces, okay? Do you really think that we're just going to Solana's going to boom when Bitcoin tanks after the announcement on Wednesday? I doubt that. Okay. In fact, what I would like to see, and I'm going to use a little bit of a fractal here. What I would like to see is, I always forget where all this shit is. Where's my bar pattern? Why am I retarded? Oh, there it is. All right. What I'd really like to see is, and this doesn't include the wicks, right? I'd like to see something like this. Maybe we come up here back to 130. We'll be a little bit more conservative. Let's just say it goes up to 116 or something like that, or it taps the top of these weekly candles right here at 112. Actually, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense right there. Regardless, okay? So what I'd like to see is them come down. They chop. This is a weekly chart, fam, okay? What I would like to see is them to continue to chop. Chop all those longs above 90, really scare some people out of this market, because you got to realize there's a lot of people that bought Solana above $100 and all they're going to do is hold their bags. But if you get something like this, a wick, and you chop down here, those people with butterfinger hands, they're going to get rid of their Solana they bought of 100, because reality is I would like us to come down and really test this weekly level at 75 after closing below weekly resistance on a second very ugly weekly candle. Ignore the first day of this weekly candle. I'd like to see some chop. So again, we could wick up here to 102, 106. We could wick up on this week and still close below $94, and it's still the bearish weekly candle. Just because it's the first day and it's hovering above that 94 does not mean it's bullish, does not mean it's going to see new highs up only. All right, so alts are going to recover until the ETF announcement. That's what I'm expecting. And this is what I'm expecting long-term Solana. So the next couple weeks, we're going to close here. That would make a lot of sense to me. And I'm going to show you why. Because the monthly, fam. The monthly right here. Right? The monthly resistance is 99, 98, 99, 100. Here's our monthly candle. And again, we could fuck around the rest of the month with 22 days left in this month, fuck around and still close below 98, 99, and it still marks the top for Solana. So the fact that they didn't close below the monthly, look at this, right? They didn't close below the monthly, right? Because they wanted more time. That's what it gives you. When you close above the monthly resistance like that, but you're really not continuing, it gives you more time to distribute. That's what it does. Had they closed the monthly below 99 for the last week, we couldn't have spent all that time, because really we spent a significant amount of time above the 99 level. So let's look at this. Since the first day of the year, all right, we spent, here it is. All right, this candle, we spent this much time. Wow, it's a lot. We spent like 4 days, 5 days above the monthly level. Again, they would not have been able to spend 4 or 5 days above the monthly level, including a chance to spend even more time. Let's say Solana bounces right now, spend more time above the monthly level to distribute, had they not closed over that monthly 99 level. They did close over that 99 level, but the fact that we're already seeing a weekly loose support, now weekly is a smaller time frame, a weekly loose support, Bitcoin is not bullish, okay? Sure, it could wick to 47, 48K. It's not going to bring alts with it. Alts have been destroyed, fam. Even if Bitcoin pumps to 47, 48K, let's say today, Solana will go to like 104. That's not a new high. That's not very bullish, fam. You're still down 15% from the highs, all right? So don't buy into this next pump. We're going to see a pump along with alts. I do think there's going to be more chop before that pump, but I do think we're going to see another pump on alts before it's Goblin Town, okay? Because we've basically been seeing Goblin Town. This has been downtrending for a long time, fam. So if we're just talking about time alone, Solana alone has been down. I'm even going to count it here because it hasn't really broke out yet. 6 days and 4 hours, fam. At some point, it's going to bounce, and so you can't be shorting the bottom. And the fact that we broke a 4 hour below, right? And then now we're deviating. We filled this wick, and now we're trying to close a 4 hour above. That, to me, fam, means that Solana and the alts are trying to bounce, all right? So that's kind of the grand, like again, this is what I'm expecting as far as like a fractal goes. And this is just a fractal. Okay, I'm just gonna use this one. This is what I'm expecting, fam. And this is a weekly fractal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Expect us to bounce maybe like early February. Okay. Yeah, and I mean like a big bounce. Now we'll have to watch Solana right now. Solana could go up. 4-hour candle again. 4-hour chart looks really good here. As long as we can close over that 21 EMA, that's a good sign. It's struggling right now to do that. Obviously, Bitcoin's struggling just to hold this. All right. Lower high, fam. It's got a lower high. Now, could it break above? Sure. I'm not expecting no break above $46,000 before the ETF announcement. I think that's ridiculous. So that was Solana. All right. This is kind of how I'm playing things right now. Again, Bitcoin dominance suggests, look at this, the 4-hour candle's coming down. Down Bitcoin dominance means that market cap's going to be flowing from Bitcoin to alts. Alts will recover a little bit after a major 6 to 7 days of dumping. Okay. So things don't go straight down. They tend to not go straight up. Now, when we're talking about, before I forget this thought, before we're talking about specifically, this isn't good, by the way. The fact that Solana is dumping right now with 40 minutes left, and if it closes below 93.68, you can't long sub 93. So all it has to do really is close. We'll put the line a little bit lower. Let's say that 4-hour closes below 92, 93. Then I'm not as excited or looking to long Solana as I've been saying. But right now it's holding that level. That's the level I want to see held, that 92, 90-ish area. So, but again, when we talk about time, I counted this. 1 day and a half, 1 day and a half here, right? And we talk about the amount of time. Let's go to daily. How much time it took? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of up only. Okay, bam, 6 days of up only. This right here gets filled. At some point, this will get filled. All right. This is a filler to me. All right. They spend a good amount of time here. If you go to the weekly, I think that gets filled a little bit more, right? Weekly, I want to see that retest of 74, 75, but this could easily get filled out, right? This is a fill opportunity, and even more so, bam, this could easily get filled. All right, back here. Now, if we're talking long-term Solana, and I want to talk about long-term Solana because I think it's important. All right. So here's our fills, right? Fill this, fill this. Now we fill this. This is your buy opportunity. This is where you're buying Solana. This is where you're accumulating Solana. This is $32 to $52. Okay, $32 to $52 is around the bottom area. Start buying. I'd say buy sub 50 Solana. You see sub 50 every day. You got extra money. You're buying Solana sub 50. Period. Now macro wise, because I don't want to lose my train of thought on Solana before I move to ARB. Macro wise, I'm expecting something like this. All right. I think this is a really this is a very easy play, fam. A very easy play. All right. So here is our buy zone, fam. Okay. This is our buy zone. All right. This is what we're gonna call it. This is not, and I say this over and over and over. I use this term a lot because I have taken brain science, fam. I was originally a biology major, so pre-med, fam. Okay, so I ain't no fucking idiot. This is our buy zone. Okay, we're gonna keep it so simple, fam. This is our buy zone. This is our buy zone. This is our buy zone. If you're looking to buy Solana, you're just waiting for this channel to breach. All right, and you can go up and you can see how clean this channel is. It's got the midline right here. Here's the beginning of Solana price action. Midline, 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 midline. But let's just be constructive and say anytime it touches this channel. So If we had an aggressive drop, we're looking at buying $42. Oh, fam, that just happens to be a support resistance. All right. So, right, let's say this is a slow drop. Slow drop, this would be the zone. If it's a faster drop, let's say bearish, 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 you could even see as low as 32, right? 32 would make a lot of sense. Also, another support and resistance. So, as the guy who shilled you Solana at sub 20, I want to make sure I'm shilling early and often where you're going to be buying Solana next, okay? You have a couple areas I'm watching. What do you know? It's the same areas I was talking about, between $30 and $50. All right. Again, this is the cleanest buy zone you'll ever see for Solana. You don't need to overthink this, fam. Just wait for the dip and accumulate more. I'm big on Solana. I'm big on Solana. I'm big on Solana. All right. Let's go to ARB. Let's talk about the trade. I took another scalp ARB trade overnight. It was a beaut. I actually did not expect it to play as well as it did, but it played very well. Let's talk about this. And the reason I'm talking about this, fam, is because I'm trying to teach you my system. All right. What I see is what I want you to see too. It's that simple. I may die. I may get hit by a car today. I may have a heart attack today. I may, what if I disappear tomorrow? You're just gonna go follow the next person on Twitter? Are you gonna continue to not execute and learn how to do this and how to find your own setups? What if one day I just don't come back to Discord or Twitter? So I want you to be able, because I want to be able to spread this knowledge and love to other people to take with them and spread that knowledge and love to the next people. So again, I'm not going to be here forever. And with that being said, I want you guys to learn and see what I see. Because without that, you're just following the next guy that's telling you what to do on Twitter. All right. Here's ARB, baby. Okay, let's talk about ARB. I like ARB. All right, it's been really good. A lot of volatility. We had a nice little top here. Let's start before I tell you the setup right here. Before I show you the entire system and how beautiful this short was. And again, it played way deeper than I thought. Let's look at the weekly. All right. Weekly ARB. Okay. Very similar situation to Solana. I want to point that out. First off, look at the weekly wick. Okay. Let's just be very constructive here. Let's look at the weekly wick. The weekly wick, fam, is not the best wick. I'd argue that's not a bullish wick. Now, one thing to note is they held the weekly level. We closed the weekly candle above the previous weekly high. All right. Very similar to what, let's switch it up, Inge did. All right. Inge did the same thing. I'm going to use this as an example because Inge had the same thing. All right. Now, the only difference is between Inge and ARB, and the reason I have to show, because I'm trying to be neutral here, fam. It's important to be neutral, all right? Just because this weekly line was closed above on Inge, and it sent it to the heavens at 2x, basically, right? New weekly high right here, does not mean ARB is going to do the same thing. In fact, these are two different weekly closes. We have one weekly close with a wick almost two times the size of the body. And on Inge, we have a beautiful weekly candle break with no wick. All right. So if you think for 1 second that ARB is going to pull an Inge with that weekly close, I'm going to argue no. All right. And the reason that is because that wick alone, look at this. It's the biggest fucking wick in ARB history. It's bigger than this wick. And this wick is 2 times the size of the body. It's not a bullish candle. Now, had they not closed the weekly above this line, they would have had less time to distribute. They're distributing. The same thing with Solana. Had they not closed over $99 Solana on the monthly candle at the end of December, they would not have more time to distribute. The only difference between a good close and a bad close is time. All right? Let's use Bitcoin as an example because Bitcoin's a great example. All right. Let's talk about Bitcoin yearly. All right, and time. Let's talk about Bitcoin yearly and time, because this is the same point I'm making right here. All right. Let's pretend they had closed this yearly candle over this line. Okay. Let's say that at the end of December, Bitcoin closed over 46,200. It closed it like this. Okay. Over the yearly level. Fam, had they done that, had they closed the yearly above the yearly level at 46.2, they would not have a whole year now to chop. They wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have this opportunity to chop and accumulate. Okay, this is the yearly. This is a horrible example to draw it out, but you get what I'm saying. They don't have they close above 46.2 at the end of December, then we have a lot less time for accumulation, a lot less time to chop people out. The reality is we were probably going to just continue to go up. Now, I wouldn't have said like it would have been just straight up from there after the yearly close, but because they closed that yearly below the yearly resistance, yearly supply, now we have a whole year to fuck around below 46K. That doesn't mean they can't wick it up to 47, 48K and then come back down immediately for February, March, April, May, June, July, August, maybe September, we start getting close to 48K again. October, we breach it. You get what I'm saying, okay? If these big institutions have to hold a shitload of Bitcoin, which they don't, fam, the ETF narrative, what they don't tell you is how much Bitcoin do those institutions have to hold? If you say, oh, they got to hold a 1-to-1, what are you fucking talking about? 1-to-1 what? They got to have a 1-to-1 backing of Bitcoin. What the fuck are you talking about? All right? There is no set amount they need to hold. Are they going to hold some, 10, 20,000 each? Sure. Okay. Doesn't mean that they're going to hold 100,000 each. Doesn't even mean they're going to hold 10 or 20,000. All right. There is no set amount they need to hold. All right. So because they closed below the yearly, now we have a lot more time to fuck around below the yearly. All right. That's the same thing with up, right? Now, because ARB closed above the weekly, because Solana closed above the monthly, they're spending more time to distribute. It does not necessarily mean it's bullish, all right? So let's go back to ARB real quick, and I'm going to talk about the setup that I saw here on ARB. And the reason, again, I'm showing the setup, notice how they came down here, they grabbed liquidity on ARB, and they bounced it a little bit, but all they're doing is distributing. It is short the macro bounce, fam. Short the macro bounce. If ARB got up to the golden pocket, you're fucking shorting that shit, dude. You're laddering in shorts from $1.93 to $2. This is the short opportunity for ARB. Or ARB gets that, I'm shorting it. Period. I'm not falling for this. These dead cat bounces, this distribution, this another lower high they're going to make on alts, because they are going to make it, does not mean it's going to be a new high. All right. They need to distribute these alts. That's what they're doing. So again, you look at ARB, I would love to have another short opportunity, but what did I see yesterday that made me want to short it? And this is where the system comes in play. Okay, fam. All right. This is the 30-minute chart. I saw the signal in the 30-minute chart. If you guys don't realize, I'm constantly going like this on my time frames. 30-minute, how's the 30-minute look? All right, how's the 1 hour look? Oh, okay, cool. How's the 2 hour look? All right, 2 hour closes in 26 minutes. How's the 3 hour look? 3 hour just closed. All right, 3 hour looks good. Low volatility. Oh, okay. All right, how's the 6 hour look? 6 hour closes in a couple hours. All right, I'm this is what I'm doing. I'm constantly going through every time frame. So that's how I found this 30-minute ARB setup. All right, it was a textbook bear flag. First thing I want to show you. All right, I'm gonna pull up the EMA. And MA is, I see a textbook bear flag. Nice bear flag. Perfect setup for a short. All right, usually want to wait till you get up there on that bear flag and get to the highs in the bear flag to take a short. So again, here's the bear flag. You can kind of see it developing right around here. You could have drawn your bear flag, right? You see 1, 2, 3, 4 points. right here. And this is where you're starting to look for a short. But I actually saw it specifically right here. Now, again, this is my system. My system does not necessarily always wait for this setup. So had I seen this maybe here on these wicks, I would have took the short earlier. I saw the setup right here. And most things like Bitcoin were looking weak at the close. And what I saw was a compression right here into a zero volatility candle on this sitting on top of the 21 EMA. All right, so here we have a bear flag. That's bearish. Okay, bear flags play out like 80% of the time. Just so you know, you can just draw a basic bear flag on almost anything, and it's probably going to play out to the downside. Of course, there's a 20% chance, probably less than that, that they break up. But again, here's a bear flag. Great short opportunity. Want to look for a short. All right, now look at the volatility system. Oh, okay. We got some bearish divergence here. 1, 2, bearish divergence on the 30-minute. All right, that's a good opportunity. So we have a bear flag. We got bearish divergence. Not necessarily everything I need to short, but let's keep looking. I have a flat body candle sitting on an EMA, barely holding on low volatility right here, okay? Followed by a zero volatility sell signal, all right? So notice how it went to zero volatility, but look at the candle. Red, engulfing, lost the 21 EMA. That was your sign to go short. FOMO short in at the zero volatility play. Had you done that like I did, you would have seen this. You know, let's say you played it from that zero volatility candle. You 10% move. Okay, 10% move in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. You had a 10% move. So those are the type of plays. That's how my system works. I am an aggressive person that ends up looking at the macro trend. Okay, macro trend's important. I look at the macro trend. All right, what's the macro trend? Right now, the macro trend to me on alts is down. Okay, it was up. I was looking for longs. Now it's down. You all saw me taking ARB longs from $1.30. So the fact I start taking ARB shorts now means that I believe the trend is down. 1, 2. I'm going to look for deviations. Okay. So right here, we have a nice 30-minute kind of support resistance. Let's talk about the 4 hour here. 4 hours real clean. All right. So of our box. All right, here we go. We have a break. And just like Solana, a break back above. Now notice we have a 4 hour bearish cross here, something to consider. And this 4 hour really needs to fight this and get close to this cross to continue to send us. Again, what I say, macro trend is down, the meme line doesn't lie. Okay, we haven't gained back the 4 hour 50 and 21 EMA. This trend is still down. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't bounce through this, but again, trend is down. Now, let's say we are expecting a bounce here. First thing you're going to want to do is use your fibs. Okay, let's say if we are expecting a bounce, let's say you took a long on this wick down here at the 4 hour support resistance. By the way, did not fill this wick. That's something we'll talk about here in a second. A lot of other alts did. Okay, so didn't fill this wick. I actually expect $1.45 to happen sooner than later. So again, dead cat bounce here. Just because some alts are going to play doesn't mean other alts are going to play. I could see ARB doing something like this and then bouncing. Okay, that would make a lot more sense to me. In fact, if this was the play, you're going to have to adjust your fib, right? We sweep this wick, very similar to what we saw in Solana. And boom, here we go, break above, and then game over. This is your swing short. Here's your swing short right here. You know, 786 above the golden pocket. This is where you're laddering in. And then you are looking for, you know, $1.15. So this is kind of what I'm expecting across the board. Now, ARB, this is what I'm expecting on ARB sooner than later. We'll see how this 4 hour closes with 21 minutes left. If it gets close enough or above that 21 EMA or 50 EMA, then ARB could break this meme line and attack that golden pocket sooner than later. But again, the fact that it didn't fill this wick back is very concerning. And I don't think ARB is going to make a new high or have a chance to make a new high until this wick is filled. All right. Unlike Solana, again, right? Filled the wick. All right. Just like Solana, right? We filled the wick. We swept the wick. All right. Solana looks a little bit better than ARB. personally. Now, again, one thing we have to really pay attention to here, fam, is those weekly lines, because these weekly lines tell you a lot about what Solana is doing. All right, let's go back to that monthly real quick. I'm going to go over alts and alt requests here in a second. Let's go back to that monthly, right? They closed above the monthly level, right? Because they wanted more time to distribute, okay? But they closed the weekly below this level, right? Very clean level. And they have another weekly support right here, which you could argue hasn't been retested. I'd like to see this retest. I think the best bounce scenario for Solana, possibly have an opportunity to break the highs that we've seen, is going to be at $75, $80. Okay, I want to see a wick to $75, $80, and that's going to be a good long, in my opinion. Everything in between right now is chop. 21 minutes left. Again, that 21 EMA is not being closed over. So just be careful, fam. You know, Bitcoin not breaking the highs. Just be careful. Okay, now I'm going to shut up for a second. We'll go over Inge after a song, and I'm going to let anybody and everyone put up an, yo, what's up, Dan? Magna, Zephy, Isabel, good morning. Sorellis, have a great day. Did not sweep the low on Bybit. That irritated me a lot. Blind Classic, yeah, but Binance owns the show, Raven, unfortunately, my man. Jags TP1 for the short, bro. Yeah, I'd say like 43K. You know, write it down, 43K, 42K, 41K. I really think it could get that low, Jags. XUP, if they will wipe out longs, that means it will long more today, tomorrow. No, XUP, I just wouldn't long. If you got XUP, if you got, let's say 40, 41K today, tomorrow, before the ETF announcement, I'd long that. I want to see some fear before the ETF announcement, fam. That's where I'm longing. Okay, I want to see fear. I don't want to see greed going into the ETF announcement. I want to see fear. That's where I'd long. If I see greed going into the ETF announcement, I'm looking for shorts. That's kind of what you're seeing today. Before we get into alt requests, one quick thing, fam. Most Monday moves are revert on Tuesday. Okay? Most Monday moves revert on Tuesday. Just pointing out, 17 minutes left. Solana is fighting for that 4-hour close. And Bitcoin dominance is, well, it's fighting. It's fighting. The 4-hour Bitcoin dominance is fighting. So it's not necessarily certain for alts, but I do want to see this 4-hour close above the 21 EMA at Solana. I like the Solana long. Still hasn't come down to that 92, 93. And it could after the 4-hour candle, but I might just FOMO into a low leverage long here if we break that 4-hour 21 EMA. Man, I just lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, we'll go over Inge. Let me bring up a song. We'll go over Inge in a second. I'm going to come back and we'll go over requests. Ugh. What to listen to? I don't know if this is it. Oh no, this is it. Oh, this is it, baby. All right, let's see some. We had fear this morning, Stip. Ellipsy, I highly recommend you joining the Discord. The Discord has already been directed a short. Ellipsy, please join the Discord. We have trades in there. It's free. We put up a Bitcoin short earlier, and I talked about it on stream as well earlier. We have large candles on Bitcoin and falling. Bitcoin's flying at the moment. Jags, Jags, your definition of flying, I see Bitcoin crawling. Hey man, which EMAs do you use? I use the 21 EMA, the 21 EMA, and the 50 MA. Stop blunt hunts in progress. I agree, Hippo. Bitcoin flying. Bitcoin is not doing anything right now. Bitcoin is ranging. Just ranging. Here it is, you know. Here's the range. I just don't think yeah, Bitcoin's ranging. Again, fam, oh, hold on, Ellipsy, we had fear this morning, dips. Ellipsy, see, I don't call a $200-300 dip fear. Like, this is a range, and I'm expecting what I'm expecting. All of those stops. All of those stops. All of them. All of those stops will be wiped if we pump to 47, 48K. All of them. That gives me 41K. They'll all be wiped. Just telling you right now. I don't make the rules. Every single one of those stops right there at that box will be wiped out. Probably a little bit lower. Before there's a pump to 47, 48K. That is the law of liquidity. That is the law of crypto scam pumps and shit. Like, fam, I'm telling you right now, this is not a long opportunity. I would not long a lower high. This is not, no. You're crazy. That's crazy talk, fam. Right now, again, nothing looks good. Even Bitcoin. But again, this is where I'm just gonna write it. They're all gonna get wiped out. Those are all gonna get wiped out. Ellipses, no. I'm kind of watching this right now. It's Ellipsy. I'm watching this right now. This is this right here. Okay, this is a pivot on volatility. This is the pivot followed by expansion. This is alts gonna take market cap from Bitcoin. Now listen, I gotta pause for this. Okay, I gotta pause for this. I wanna make this very clear. If alts take market cap from Bitcoin, all right, I want an answer in chat. Everybody can answer this in chat, all right? In fact, I'm gonna put up a poll. I wanna put up a poll. Let's fucking put up a poll, dude. Let's do this. I wanna see what you guys' thoughts are. I want to put up a poll. Let's fucking put up a poll, dude. That guy. That guy right there. He knows what he's talking about. Creator dashboard, stream manager. I think that's it. Poll. I gotta get you guys. There we go. Create a new poll. I gotta get the Ripiernos. I gotta get all my mods on chats to get access to the polls and shit. I'm pretty sure you guys can have access. Okay. If Bitcoin D, I'm just gonna make this very simple. I'm not gonna say Bitcoin D drops. I'm gonna say Bitcoin D favors alts. But Bitcoin drops to 41K. What happens? What do alts do? Okay. So very simple. What do alts do? Okay. Alts go down a lot. Alts go down some. Alts pump. Alts pump a lot. All right. Start poi. Allow additional codes. Duration 5 minutes. All right, here we go. There it is. You guys get that? All right, boom, boom, boom. Let me see everybody's like let's just go. This is like a quiz today, all right? Quiz time. If Bitcoin dominance, right? What we're talking about is Bitcoin dominance is favoring alts. But Bitcoin drops to 41K from right now. What do alts do? What do alts do? Oh. One, two, three right there. Yo, Cordy, thank you for that follow. I appreciate you. Yo, Agony Faded, sorry I missed you. Thank you for the follow. Future TR, thank you for that follow. All right, so I think some people are on track here. Some people. I'll give another minute for people to reply, and I'll go over that. We'll hopefully find an example. Let's find an example for that as well. I just need to use some dates here. Let's just use some dates here. All right. We got December 6th. October 25th. We're going to do our own research here. All right. Those are pretty good. Pretty good pivots right there. So October 25th, December 6th, December 20th. Gotta write this in chat. All right. All right, let's mark those here. October 25th. Okay. December 6th. Okay. And then December, what's good, bro? Mr. Workin, inch pumped again. It sure did. It hasn't made any change though. Inch is distributing. Let me know when it breaks highs. Let me know when it breaks highs. Okay, and then 25th. No, December 20th. All right. All right, so what I'd like to present here, Bitcoin dominance going down and what Bitcoin did. All right. This is sideways. Okay. All right. This is sideways. All right. And then you could argue right after this, sideways a little bit, right? So when Bitcoin dominance goes down, Bitcoin tends to start going sideways. All right, ranging. Now, would that make a lot of sense? It sure would. What I want to point out here, though, fam, is that as Bitcoin dominance goes down, there's a point in which it changes. And that aggressive change happens on a pump and dump. So here we go. That right there is Bitcoin taking dominance back. Alts go down some is the answer. Some. Alts will hold up pretty well if Bitcoin went to 41K. That was the correct answer. If you said that, congrats. If Bitcoin dominance is going down and Bitcoin dumped right now to 41K, alts would hold up relatively well. They wouldn't pump. They would not pump. They would hold up well until Bitcoin bounces, assuming Bitcoin holds that range. Now, if Bitcoin were to lose 40K, we'll say 40K. We'll just say 40K. Then that Bitcoin dominance would change, and then alts would not hold up well. As long as Bitcoin holds this range that we're looking at right here, the dot, then alts have a chance to continue and have a chance to distribute. We'll just say that, have a chance to distribute. Right now, alts like this range for distributing, assuming Bitcoin isn't doing anything crazy. Now, notice we have Bitcoin dominance, alts crashed. Bitcoin dominance, alts crashed. Bitcoin dominance, alts crashed. So even if we go sideways here, right? Even if we go sideways, there's going to be one of those. Alts are going to crash. Then Bitcoin, again, pump and dump, pump. This is Bitcoin dominance taking dominance back. Okay? This is Bitcoin dominance taking dominance back. Here's for alts, distribute, pump and dump. And that's exactly why I think that if you're going to Bitcoin long, let's see if we get 41K. Let's see if we get 40.6 to 41K before Wednesday. Okay? We're pumping today. I get it, but we're still in range. All right? And the fact that Bitcoin dominance is pulling back a little bit means that Bitcoin is going to stay here for a bit, then dump, just like the previous times, right? Looking at this, Bitcoin dominance favors alts, pump and dump. Look at this. It's really just a dump. It's like a dump and pump. That's really what it is. It's a dump and pump. So they'll dump, shake out alts after distributing, and then pump and leave alts behind. Okay? That's how Bitcoin dominance works. You can see it. It happened each time. That's why we use these count. Look, it's right here too. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fam? So that's Bitcoin dominant. That's everything you need to know about Bitcoin dominance, okay? Sure, we can stay here for 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, maybe a day or two, today and tomorrow, maybe today, half of tomorrow, maybe just today, and we dump at the close. We can stay here and distribute alts. Alts get a little pump. Once the alts are done distributing, once we see some major levels taken out. Now, again, Bitcoin or Solana under the daily 21 EMA. 50 EMA hasn't been retested. 50 EMA is that 75.80 that I want to see on the weekly. Not a good look. I'd like to see a daily close over this. I'd like to see a daily engulf. We'll see how it closes. But right now, as soon as alts are done distributing here, Bitcoin is going to dump, shake them out, and then pump to get its dominance back. And that is when I'm expecting 47, 48K. If they take it to 47, 48K, they don't have to take it. They don't even have to wick it up. They could just dump on the announcement. But everything suggests, fam, the ARB weekly closed over it. You know, even though Solana weekly closed below, ARB weekly was so bearish, they had to close it above that level, fam. Like, look at this. They had to, or they weren't going to be able to distribute it longer. Had they not closed it above that level, that weekly level, they would not have been able to distribute it more, okay? Here's the weekly level. We closed above it. It's an extremely bearish candle, fam. You're trying to tell, like, let's just be unbiased here. You fucking break this weekly candle, but you're looking at that wick. Look at the ARB chart. It's a very young chart, fam. Look at the ARB chart. Do you see another big wick like that? Do you see another giant wick like that? That's the wick's 2 times the size of the body. Do you see any of those? Okay, this is a fucking weekly candle, fam. This isn't the daily. This isn't even a 4-hour candle. This is a macro trend changing wick. All right, so that's why I don't expect ARB to see new highs. If we got anywhere close to $2, I'm fucking giga shorting. All right, ARB says it all. Now, had they not closed it over that weekly line, they would have been able. They wouldn't have been able to sell. You know, wouldn't have been able to trap more longs above $1.70. They wouldn't have been able to fill some more shorts above $1.70. Like they are really higher, $1.90. I mean, this gives you a chance for a whole week. We could fuck around up here. We really can. Maybe we spend a week up here and then next week we dump below that level. But regardless, the point being is, had they not closed out weekly above there, we would not have more time to distribute. Just because we're going to distribute, just because we may see a $1.90, $2 ARB again, does not mean we're going to see new highs. In fact, right there's the golden pocket, fam. This is the level. Yo, Captain Crypto Lord, I appreciate that follow. Anyways, this is it right here, right? We got a meme line right here. This meme line, this is what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting the meme line to get hit, reject, come down here, fill the wick. Then we're going to go golden pocket. And this will be well after the ETF. Yo, same Danny, I appreciate that follow. So, like, ARB kind of tells the story, fam. Not all the alts are the same. You know, people are talking about Inge. I'm like, yeah, Inge is great, man. Inge is great. Distribution. This is very distributive. In fact, we got, you know, if we're gonna send Inge a little bit higher, right? They're gonna send Inge a little bit higher. They're gonna clear out that wick, right? So this right here tells me, oh, we just had a 4-hour close. We'll get to that in a second. This right here tells me like Inge is just gonna distribute. We got our highs. Put a box here. We got our highs. We got our lows. But as far as like the whole move goes, let's see where we went. Yeah, we're under the 786. That's resistance. Broke above the golden pocket. Look at that, fam. It's just like Bitcoin, just like the Bitcoin chart. Okay, right here. Here it is. What are we gonna write here? What are we gonna write in this box? Stops. Okay, look at this. All right, we got some stops made right here. They got some stops here, some stops here. Everyone's sure Inge is going to 0, and then they fucking kill your stops. All right, they did. They crushed your stops, okay? Now, I do see them breaking above this level, gives us a chance at the highs. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to deviate and go back down low, but this is where the stops were. This is where the short stops were in on Inge, and if this was the macro top for 8 months, which is what I'm expecting along the line, I expect that this is the top on alts for the next 8 months. What we're seeing, we've seen the top on alts. Now, shorting pumps is the play. Just because... you know, if this is going to be the top, they're going to definitely send it up higher and wipe up all those stops, wipe out all those stops. Now, we got compression on this 4-hour on Inge. That's bearish. 8-hour, 8 hours compressing. Look, a little bit, a slow expansion. Let's look at the 6 hours. The 6 hours expanding, okay. Small expansion. 12-hour. This is a beautiful look. This is a beautiful look. All right. So I'm just going to. So look, we're close the 4-hour into the 786. That's a good sign that this is pretty much over. Okay. We had to fill back some of this candle anyways. But the fact that we wiped out the stops here, we have also compression. They moved the arrow on TradingView, by the way. Okay. Compression. Okay, compression on the pump. Didn't fill this wick. It's distribution. They wiped out the stops distribution. I think this would be a great opportunity for an Inge swing short. In fact, I would argue daily. Yeah, the daily hit that resistance too. Almost. Oh, it hit the daily mark 42 42.45, almost to the penny. But like the fact is, and like, look, they're able to pump it. It's strong here on the daily. It's not the worst. 2-day closes today. Great look. Compression on the 2-day. You don't like seeing a 2-day candle look like this on the volatility. Now they have a big wick here, so this 2-day low volatility could be in that wick, so it was bought up well. But this, to me, that's 2-day closes today. They wiped out all the stops. Bitcoin ranging. I think Inge is getting close to the top. This is a trap. This is a bull trap on most things that you're seeing right here. All right, Solana. Let's see how that 4-hour Solana closed. I think it closed over the 21 EMA. Might have to FOMO in here. It did not. Okay, it did not. So I'm just gonna wait out on this. It's the 4 hours trying to attack the meme line. Maybe we get that break. Try to look for a better signal. 2 hour. Yeah, perfect. The 2 hour has a nice sell candle right here. So you see that low volatility, not hot. Sell candle at 2 hour at meme line at resistance. I don't know if I'm buying that. Could easily come up and retest that 98, 99 level. But as far as I'm not going to FOMO in. I missed the long opportunity, I think, on Sol down here at 90, 91. So I'm not going to FOMO into that 1 hour. Okay, we got a little 1 hour expansion here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Solana, this 1 hour expansion doesn't look too bad. I'm not gonna FOMO into a long right here. What's good, bro? Inge, big, that liquidity swept on Bitcoin gonna be juicy for long and alts too. Yes, Ellipsy, I agreed. Ellipsy, I completely agree. How much is Bitcoin dominance moving down in this case? I see Bitcoin dominance. So it's kind of like a head and shoulders, but on this, but a couple of areas of interest on here. You know, this is clean chart. I would say this is minimum, right? And then we'll probably see a bounce. And then this is probable. If alts are going to run, you want to see it break down this line, the 53%. The daily suggests that Bitcoin dominance is going to have a little bit of a pullback because of the low volatility. Look at this. Low volatility and expansion. Now you're seeing expansion on that Bitcoin dominance. So although it hasn't moved much, I'll have to say that since looking at this, it hasn't moved much. They got to lose this 1 hour trend on Bitcoin dominance. Look at this. We've had this 1 hour trend basically since the box. So they haven't even lost the 1 hour trend on Bitcoin dominance, although the daily is bearish Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin's fighting off alts. That's what you see here. Like, look at this. This is a clean 1 hour trend. Any more questions? Any more questions? Look at this 1 hour compression on Inge. Oh man, I don't know, man. I would not FOMO in right now. You know what? I haven't checked BNB for a while. We're going to go over BNB. I'm going to start with the monthly because, again, I have not checked this chart out in a while. I want to be very net neutral on this coin. All right. What do we see here? I see it below monthly resistance. I see it held the monthly level. Okay. That's a pretty good look. So right now, BNB is ranging. You know, nothing exciting here. Nothing exciting here, fam. In fact, this supports total too. Now, a lot of shitfluencers on crypto Twitter ignored this, but I'm not going to ignore it, okay? Because if you're going to pull out the alt chart, then I'm going to pull out the art chart. This is what alts did, okay? Alts not only close below resistance, they close below resistance. Like this line couldn't be any cleaner. Had they wanted alts to be bullish, they could have pumped it another $1 or $2 billion. But the fact that we did not close over this monthly suggests to me that you want to see Max Pain. Here's Max Pain. This is the next 8 months. Okay. And then we'll see about a bull run. Okay. Let's put it at September, okay? September. Perfect. All right. So the fact that we didn't even close the monthly over this line says it all to me on alts. This is why I'm macro telling you the top is in on alts and to short macro pumps. So even if you didn't catch that Solana long, even if you didn't catch the Inge long, fam, the play is the short. It really is. That's the bigger play. I mean, realistically, yeah, we double bottom the Solana. Solana could go to 100, 102 maybe. Am I going to FOMO long in here? No, because as high as it goes is the higher that short's going to be, and it's going to be better. And as far as I'm concerned, fam, this says it all about alts. All right, this says it all. Here's a clean range. We have not broken range. Now, let's say this monthly candle after the ETF announcement does close over the 777. Then we could talk about long and alts, new highs, all that good stuff. But this says it all to me. And look, here's now we're going to go over the more bearish coins, okay? More bearish coins are like Ethereum, the ones that did not pump. All right, so here's total 2 under monthly resistance. Now we know Solana was a better coin, ARB was a better coin, Inge was a better coin, but BNB, all right, which was okay, right? Closed under the monthly resistance, clean line right there, is in that same monthly range as total 2. Matic, okay? Matic, man. It's so sad about Matic because I, looked really good until it didn't. All right. So here it is, monthly resistance. Here's Matic. I'll clean up this chart a little bit. Monthly resistance, tapped it to the T. Bam. All right. This monthly does not look good at all right now. Now I expect them to retrace it a little bit and clean it up, but this monthly does not look good at all. On Matic, here looks a little deviation above. This is a clean line though for me. Matic couldn't break the 108. And bam, lower highs. Okay, this is lower highs right here. So here's Matic, right? Here's our monthly chart. It's going to be choppy, right? We can go, we're talking about when it should break. All you got to do, put your vertical line here. Oh, look at that. Savage says that alts are going to start pumping again, or the new alt season is going to be September, October. Well, look at that. Matic's pennant breaks by October. Okay, this will break down or up for Matic in October. It's likely it's going to go up, fam. Matic's a good project, but we got time. This is chop city. I'm telling you, alts are going to be choppy the rest of the year. So Matic was one of those more bearish candles. Ethereum. Okay, let's go over Ethereum. We got to be net neutral here, right? All right, let's clean it up. Start with the fresh chart. That's the first thing you do. All right, we're going to go ahead and put up our nice monthly closed candles. Now, this is an interesting chart. It was okay, right? Like this monthly close over barely by the chin of your chinny chin, looks like. But the fact is that this break is arguably not a good enough break. Like, I mean, yes, it closed a little bit high, very similar to the Solana. This isn't a clean monthly break to me. This is kind of stopping at that gray zone at the monthly resistance. Could it have broken the monthly resistance on the monthly candle? Yeah, it could have, right? Like it could, like we got to pay attention to this level. But the fact that it was kind of such a small break, you see how much candle is there? Our open here was 2,276 and we closed at 2,281. $5. Okay. 76 to 81. $5, fam. They closed over the monthly level by $5. That's not a clean monthly break. Okay. I'm sorry. It's not. A $5 monthly break on Ethereum is not a clean monthly break. So, but they did close over it. Gives you more time to distribute up here. Had they closed below it, it would have just been Goblin Town almost instantly for Ethereum. So watching this level, can they still break above? Can they still breach that? Of course. The next level I would be targeting would easily be the 2,700 level right there. And then we got a nice monthly level at $3,000. All right. But again, this is very concerning. Another more bearish chart, more bearish alt that follows the total 2 and why that total 2 stayed under that monthly line, fam. It stayed under that monthly line. So again, right there, Ethereum, Solana, look at this. Look at this, fam. We were just checking out Solana. How's that 4 hour looking now? At the meme line, it was compressing. Yeah. Yep. It's trapping liquidity, fam. We are just trapping. And the fact is that Bitcoin right now, in my opinion, is bearish, right? This is the great short opportunity up here for Bitcoin. Go ahead and put your stops at 46K. Doubt this even gets hit before the ETF. I doubt this gets touched before the ETF announcement on Wednesday. If that's when it comes, if there is an announcement, if it's even approved, right? If it gets rejected, fam, don't expect a pump. So, I mean, it could get the rejection. I'm expecting an approval. Get the rejection. Delayed, whatever you want to call it. But again, here, everything suggests right now that we're just kind of seeing a dead cat bounce. Solana closing to that weekly. ARB barely held the weekly. Solana barely held that monthly. But, again, closed under the weekly. I mean, there's just so many signs that just say this is a dead cat. All right, let's look at AVAX real quick. This shit coin. And this is a true shitcoin, dude. I'm just AVAX did not do very well. All right. There it is. All right. Here's the AVAX chart. Everyone see what I see? Do you see what I see? I'm going to use a different time frame. There we go. There we go. I knew it was somewhere. Here is the 2-week farm. Okay. AVAX, okay, a lot of people didn't realize this, has a huge 2-week resistance right here, okay? We came up. Here's the 2-week support resistance. Kind of got above it a little bit here, but huge pullback here. AVAX is certainly, in my opinion, probably going to go to, looks like that's a pretty good level. $28. 28.79. Bearish right here under that 2-week level. Macro bearish, okay? Sure, AVAX pumped here from the lows to $50, okay? 5x. Macro trend is still bearish, fam. If you had bought AVAX last bull run at $150 and you sold at $50, you're still down 66%. Okay, so if you even sold the top. So macro bearish, nothing has changed on AVAX, all right? Nothing changed on BNB, went over that. Solana was probably one of the more bullish ones. I'm not going to say nothing changed, but it looked pretty good as far as being macro bearish now. Huge trend change. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and write. Hold on. I'm writing something in the Discord, fam. I'm waiting on the so long, everyone. I don't like the so long anymore. I don't like the so long anymore. I mean, it could play. I just don't like it. I don't think like I'm going to long that. I'm not going to long that area. I'll watch the reaction. I certainly will, but I think that this is what I think, right? So we're going to fill this. This is all going to get filled, and some of it did get filled. Look at that. Look at that line right there. But we're going to come back and fill this, dude. This is all going to get filled right here. That gets filled, fam. Okay? I think this gets filled before a real Solana bounce, which is exactly what you're kind of seeing here. We're at the meme line, resistance. This is another good look right here. We have lower highs on this 1-hour chart right here. Look at that. I mean, you got this guy. We're fighting that 4-hour 21 EMA. If Bitcoin tanks, Solana is not going to just pump to $110 as Bitcoin goes down to 41K. If Bitcoin does a sideways range, very tight up here at 45K for a little bit, then we have chance at alts running. But right now, I'm not a fan of this. Again, this is the area you're gonna want to long. It's gonna be these wicks, fam. This is the area you want to long. This box. It's not here. Do not FOMO into that. Do you think you can learn trading 100%? That it's not luck but skill. It's certainly not luck, Danny. It's not luck. Luck is luck is flipping a coin. Trading can be a coin flip. Trading can be easily a coin flip, but you have a unique advantage to be able to learn the chances of heads or the chances of tails when trading. You can study the coin flip more in trading. A coin flip is just a coin flip. If you're consistent in flipping coin, you can trade. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I would argue that trading, there's some luck involved in trading, but I think it's mostly a skill. And if you give yourself that skill set, then you're going to be fine. I don't think like risk. All right. So trading itself involves some luck. Risk management does not involve any luck. To be a good trader, you need great risk management. So because risk management doesn't involve any luck, you can be one of the shittiest traders in the world, have very good risk management, and still be profitable. You can be one of the best traders in the world, have shitty risk management, which involves zero luck. Risk management is about learning how to risk manage and applying it. And again, you could be one of the best traders in the world, have shitty risk management, and you're losing money all the time. So Ellipsy, that was fake. That 12 million bonk guy was fake. That was photoshopped. I know plenty of people on Bybit that trade size, and that was photoshopped. So I think anyone that believes those LARPs on Twitter that are posting $10 million off a shitcoin, like, dude, I put $5,000 into Pepe, turned it into $25,000. And then I put that $25,000 back into Pepe and turned it into $350,000. Now, that was my biggest trade maybe ever. Okay? There's no fucking way that 12 million bonk guy did that. If he even did, he round tripped his profits anyways. But it was photoshopped. So, somebody could easily go on Twitter, Photoshop a P&L card, post it up and be like, oh my God, I made $10 million trading bonk. Like, no, Ellipsy, you don't. Like, if fam, like, do you think I didn't sell the exact top of Pepe. I got really close because I was lucky enough to have it. I got into Pepe day 4 of Pepe. It was not even on Essential Exchange for 3 weeks after I got onto it. I got into Pepe. It got put on Essential Exchange three weeks later, which happens to a lot of these meme coins. I got in early. I had conviction. I sold it when it came onto Essential Exchange, and then I was done. I didn't sell the exact top. I didn't sell the Binance wick. Got pretty close. But again, that was my best trade ever, and I still didn't make millions. Like, I think it's unrealistic. No, exactly. You don't hold something like that. And then if you're making $10 million, then you're usually people that are making that much money aren't LARPing about it on Twitter. Let me just say that. They got more shit to do. They just aren't LARPing about it. This looks weak. At minimum, we're going to see this box in Solana. But yeah, they're this should be really interesting. This is so funny. This is a sell signal on the 1 hour Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin's gonna come down here. This is such a great short. Such a great short. Let's go ahead and just short this right now. No. Just gonna short. All right. Boop. There it is. Okay, look, there it is. Boom. Took my short. Happy day. Just gonna ride it out, baby. Just gonna ride it out. This is another account though. So this is my second Bitcoin. But I like it. I really like it. This is a really good look. Yeah, I just don't think it's just holding here. It's just holding here, fam. It's trying to like keep alts up. It's trying to distribute. It's trying to trap longs. Just holding here. This comes down. I mean, at minimum, we're gonna fill probably this. This is a 30-minute like fair value gap. Could see that getting filled. Wonder if we have any other gaps here. It's pretty clean. We backfilled a lot of these gaps here. Not even a gap. But again, I want to see this stops run. Once we get the stops run. Saberlon, what's your point, man? A 15-minute bull flag, bro? Let me show you what a 15-minute bull flag is, bro. This ain't a bull flag, bro. If you think that's a bull flag, bro, you gotta go look at what a bull flag is. That ain't a bull flag. It's more of a BART. Oh, Sable, I'm just saying. I didn't know if you were joking, bro. I get a hell of trolls in here, dude. People hate me. People hate me. They hate me because I'm fucking confident. I get it. Let me show you what a bull flag is, though. I'll use Solana as a good example. I'll use Solana as a good example. I'm actually going to use the EMA and MA, and I'm going to. So I'm going to use a 4-hour, right? You want to see what a bull flag. This is probably a really good bull flag. Now, look. This textbook-wise is not a bull flag. If you look at just the price action, just the candles, okay, let's talk about that. This is not a bull flag. Got to prepare for this troll, Saberlon. You're right, dude. You're right. Anyways, if you look at this, this is not a bull flag. But y'all see that bull flag? So the price action was hideous. And the reality is because the liquidity was crazy on Solana. Solana had just broken out of like a 1-year downtrend after the FTX crash. You know, it hadn't been above $30 in a long time. Dude, once it got above $40, if you watch the price action on the 1-minute time frame, it was nuts. There was like no liquidity. It was just flying. It was doing 10% dips and rips on the 1 hour. It was crazy. Like I'm telling you, over $40. But that's pretty good bull flag. And the 4-hour EMA and 50 MA, 4-hour 21 EMA and the 50 MA actually show this. It's a really good bull flag. But you look at the price action alone, not really the best bull flag. But you did have some clean PA right here, right? Boom, right? You had a double bottom. So, yeah, there's numerous things I look at kind of for the bull flag stance. But as soon as they made that higher low, excuse me, right here, as soon as they made this higher low, that was your kind of your pickup, right? Double bottom, higher low, that would have been your long. And then had I seen this, I did not see this. Had I seen that it was an actual flag, because it was, again, all you got to do is hide the price action, right? Had I seen the 4-hour 21 EMA, bull flagging like it is right here, because this is a really clean bull flag, right? I would have been like, dude, that's a look at this huge bull flag. Here's the flag. There's the bull. That's textbook bull flag. I get it. It doesn't look like it on the price action, but 21 EMA, 50 EMA. Now look at the trend. This is the current Solana trend. Okay, I showed this on. Now you're gonna try to tell me that we haven't topped? Like, dude, that's the 4-hour trend, fam. Trends change. It's pretty toppy to me. Yep, that's right. Ellipses. That's what I just use as far as, I mean, I use a bunch of other EMAs and MAs. That's what I use for trading. Like as far as just trading goes, like just trading. Like looking for setups, looking for crosses, because like the you can use it on the 5-minute, right? Let me show you something here. Let's just use Solana, I guess. We go to the 5-minute, right? Here, right? So you go off of like crosses right here, right? Had you longed, right? We have a 4-hour, or sorry, this is a 5-minute cross. This is a bullish cross right here. This is a failed cross. You see this? Failed cross, continue down, made a dip, break above. Right here is your retest of the cross. You see that? You could have longed there, right? Longed right there. Run it up. Could have TP'd at 91. So that was at 88 to 91. Could have TP'd right there, which was resistance. You could have just used this wick right here, right? TP'd, got back in at the same area that they tested, and then it would have ran. And we never lost the 5-minute trend. But again, like you look at the 4-hour trend. Look at that. Look at that, fam. Fail. If they wanted to take Solana higher, they would have closed it $30 more above the 4-hour 21 EMA. So they didn't close it above that 4-hour 21 EMA. And now we have a red candle that's starting. You know, it's just started, this 4-hour candle. But I'm really going to be watching that 8-hour. This is we have some compression here. This 8-hour could be the dip. Watch our reaction at 92.93, fam. If we blow through 92, do not long. But if we get a reaction at 92.93 Solana, then we could you know, I would be looking for a long, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Bitcoin holding right now. 8 hours fine, but it's compressing. So yeah, fam. You know, long stream today. I appreciate everybody. Mad love. I will be on tomorrow. I think I'll do it on Twitch. I'm supposed to be doing some of these in the Discord, but I'll probably stick to Twitch right now. I have a YouTube video I'm going to be dropping today about Solana airdrops, Solana, Jupiter airdrops JLP, where you can stake your JLP. So I've done some research. Excuse me. I've done some research, and you can actually stake your JLP and earn some interest off of it, some yield, which is the perp coin for Jupiter Exchange. So I've been doing some research on like some free airdrops and shit. I think everyone should take advantage of those. So I'm going to post a YouTube video on that today. At some point, I'll post it up in the Discord. But until then, fam, mad love. I want to end it again. I really appreciate Cyborg. I really appreciate this guy for everything he does as far as just going and you know, he's a teacher, right, fam? This is a teacher. So it's really important to show some love for the teacher. But this guy right here was the one who told everybody and kept telling everybody, you know, hey, look at this short, whatever, altcoin didn't run the range lows theory. You know, here he talks about this. So go follow this guy, show him some love, please, because I did use his thread on how this wick works and how you feel the wick. So go follow him. Right on his top 3, 4, 5 tweets, he has it right here. Any a thread on a typical big price action after a wick, MSB. It's a different term, but again, he goes through it right here, thread by thread, talks about it. So these are the things that, like, these are the people I will gladly shout out. You know, somebody that's teaching, knows exactly what he's talking about. This was the easiest play in the world, was to fill those wicks. You know, and it was choppy for a while, but look, this does not look easy, right? Wick, you think it's gonna break out? Chop, chop, chop. This is a 4-hour candle. Chop, chop, just like Solana bounced. Maybe we come down and then make another low and we break above. But so 7, look, run the lows again, but this time make a swing failure pattern. Look, maybe we do that, right? So go follow Cyborg, CC_Cyborg. Follow him, follow him, follow him, because I really appreciate this thread and him. You know, I didn't ask him to use this chart, but I'm sure he had no problem because of the fact I am going to shout him out. So, like, look, go, you know, these people are the one that you want to follow to learn from. Yeah, so mad love, everybody. Let's see, review the results. Alts pump was wrong, remember? Alts go down some was the right answer. So alts aren't going to pump. Alts will not pump. Mad love, appreciate everybody. Listen, if you don't follow me on YouTube, don't follow me on YouTube. All right? Go follow me on YouTube. At Savage Charts. Go follow me on YouTube. I'm going to be dropping a bunch of fucking videos this month. A shitload of videos. So mad love. Show some support. Join the Discord. It's free. Listen, fam. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. I got to go over everything. One more thing. All right? All right. Let me just show you something, okay? Everybody, okay? From now on, all right? I know I'm still on the other main Twitter. 95% of my alpha calls, everything will be available for free on this Twitter account, Savage Charts Bot. Now listen, if you go over here and you just request out of the blue, you're not going to get in. I will decline you. If you go over here and request and you're in the Discord, and in the Discord you write your handle name, okay? You write your handle name, and you've sent a request, you're going to get access. If you don't come in here and put your name first and then request second, I will decline your request, and it may take a while for it to come back or for you to be able to add the request. So don't just send a request and not join the Discord, okay? There's a little bit of a trap here, okay? That's what I'll call it. You have to join my Discord, fam, to join the private Twitter. They're both free. Just fucking do it, all right? So, Savage Charts Bot. There's a lot of people on here, a lot of people, all right, that I don't see your Twitter handle in my requests. So I don't know where you sent the follower request, but you didn't send it to Savage Charts Bot, okay? Savage Charts Bot, got the white emblem, All right, my main account has some dumb ugly chick because I probably ruined this account with her face on it, and now I can't change it back because they took away my blue chart and I impersonated her even though I never changed my name and blah, blah, blah. So this is not the account going private, okay? It's Savage Charts Bot. Please go to the Discord, drop your name, then send the request. I will be adding people today. Can't follow those directions, you will be declined.